Question 52 says, in a house, the area of a den is 3 to the 4th square feet. The area of the kitchen is 3 to the 3rd square feet. How many times larger is the area of the den? When you see a word problem asking how many times larger something is, in your mind you want to be dividing. That's what you want to be thinking about. So you want to see how many times larger the den is, which means the den's larger. So 3 to the 4th power is what the area is of the den, whereas 3 to the 3rd power is the area of the kitchen. Well, to find out how many times longer, we want to simplify this division problem. Since the bases are the same, I can subtract exponents, which gives me 3 to the 1st power, which simplifies to 3. So 3 square feet is how much larger the den is than the kitchen. In 53, it says a honeybee flaps its wings 2 to the 5th times 3 times 3 to the 3rd times per minute. About how many times does a honeybee flap its wings? For problem 53, all you need to do is plug that problem right into the calculator. 2 to the 5th power times 3 times 5 to the 3rd power gives me 12,000. 12,000 times per minute. In problem 54, it says a square quilt made of a total of 256 small squares was given to you as a gift. What is the length of each side? Which means how many squares make up the side length. So what we know that the area of my quilt is 256, and you want to find the side length. Well, I know that in order to find area, I am taking my side and I'm going to square it, because length times width for a square is the same as saying the side raised to the 2nd power. Well, my area is 256. My unknown is the side, and it's raised to the 2nd power. Notice how this is an equation, and in order to solve an equation with a squared, you square root both sides. And the square root of 256 is 16. So S is equal to 16 squares. And lastly, number 55, it says the distance you can see to the horizon can be estimated using the formula D equals 1.22h, when h is your height from the ground. If you are 5.5 feet tall, about how many feet can you see to the horizon? Okay, so I have that formula, D equals 1.22 square root of h, and I'm given that my height is 5.5 feet tall. And it asks me about how many feet, which means I need to estimate. Okay, so I'm going to plug 5.5 feet. So D equals 1.22 square root of 5.5. I'm going to convert it to a decimal just so that it's easier to work with. And since I know that the square 5.5 is not a perfect square, I'm going to want to estimate this. Well, I know that this is going to be in between the square root of 4 and the square root of 9. Since it's closer to the square root of 4, I can estimate this root to be 2. However, that doesn't do much for me yet, because I have to multiply it by that 1.22 in the original problem. The only thing I'm replacing by 2 is the thing that I just boxed. So, And so I'm taking, so D is going to be equal to 1.22 times 2, it's a multiplication symbol, because I estimated the square root of 5.5 to be 2. So 1.22 times 2 gives me 2.44. So D is equal to 2.44 feet.